Today on Community Watch, we're talking with Evan Snelling from Georgia Highlands College. He is the game coordinator, and we'll learn about that. But the main thing we're talking about is Foundation Camp, which is a partnership between the college and the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia. You want to hear about it. You may know already, but you don't know it all. You don't know the whole story. So stay with us. Community Watch starts now. Welcome to Community Watch, and this has got to be, I guess, one of my favorite topics to discuss, and that is Foundation Camp, and I have with me the man when it comes to Foundation Camp, Evan Snelling. Welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here.
And Evan, you are the director of Foundation Camp.
I am.
That's, the weight must be immense on your shoulders for that.
No, I have a lot of help throughout the year to make sure everything's in place. So,
now Foundation Camp is just one of the things you do. Your title is game coordinator.
yes.
So we might want to explain that a little bit. Of course, game coordinator at Georgia Highlands College.
Yes.
I need to, I can see you having that title like worldwide. That's a worldwide title, but Georgia Highlands, you are game coordinator.
Yeah. So, GHAME, Georgia Highlands, African American and Minority Male Excellence. And it's an initiative that we have on campus that focuses on the enrollment, retention, progression, and graduation rates of African American Latino males. Wonderful initiative. Extremely proud to say I'm a product of it. So it's rewarding to come back and to lead it to the younger generation, I guess I'd say.
So the game initiative, if I'm correct, is part of a state program.
Absolutely. So it's a part of the University Systems of Georgia's AAMI, their African American Male Initiative.
Which, I don't know, started 25 or so years ago at state level, and then it's been at Georgia Highlands for 14, 15 years now.
Yes.
And it's been very successful.
Yeah, so we're really proud of the statistics and results that we're showing when it comes to retention of the members of our program as well as the graduation. The program was initially started just due to low academic standards, I guess you would say, for minority males. But at Georgia Highlands, we're doing some very cool things, some very unique programming, mentorship, and a lot of other things to make sure the guys are engaged and ultimately graduating.
So I guess it's safe to say that Georgia saw this need 20, 25 years ago to improve the success rates for minority men in college.
Absolutely.
And that's what got AAMI started, and Georgia Highlands version of that is GAME, GHAME.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of different names for it at other institutions, but at Georgia Highlands, it is called our GAME initiative.
And I think that's an issue that has been recognized as a problem nationwide. I mean, it's not just a Georgia issue, but the success rate level for minority men, certainly 25 years ago, was pretty concerning. But I know that at least at Georgia Highlands, the the men who are part of GAME, your program, are doing really remarkably well, better than really the student body overall.
Yes, so I am happy to say we have about 100 students. We've lost a few. Graduation was right around the corner, so we're getting ready to get back on the recruiting trail. But yes, the individuals in the program or in the initiative, they tend to do well. And maybe I'm underselling it a little bit.
Well, they do real well.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
real well.
I would compare our statistics with pretty much any other institution.
And I think a lot of leaders, have come out of that program,
Ab-
Georgia Highlands and beyond.
Absolutely. We've had several students that go on to be presidents of other, student engagement clubs, several of them who've worked with the Six Mouth Post, the newspaper we have at Georgia Highlands. Several of them, including a current student now, who's the student government president.
Well, that's very impressive. Very impressive. So that is what you do year round, is work with this initiative. But for 2 weeks in the summer, and I would guess a little additional time leading up to those 2 weeks, you work with Foundation Camp.
I do.
So, although it would disappoint me to know that anyone watching right now did not fully know about Foundation Camp already, just in case there are a couple, what is Foundation Camp?
Foundation Camp is it's a partnership between Georgia Highlands and the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia. And it's a 2-week camp for young men ages 10 through 14. And it gives them an opportunity to spend time on a college campus in courses taught by college professors with their counselors for the camp are actually students that are a part of my GAME initiative. And I also try to sprinkle in some sports to make sure that they stay attentive.
Well, we'll keep that quiet,
Okay.
the sports part. But let's talk about that a little bit. So the 2-week camp is for young men ages 10 to 14.
Yes.
And the mission, I guess you could say, is to give them an experience on a college campus. And that campus would be the Floyd campus of Georgia Highlands.
Yes.
Why do you think that's important for them to have at that age an experience, a positive experience on a college campus? Why does it matter at that age?
I think most importantly for me, retention, to let them know that college is not outside the realm of possibility. I want them to spend time on a college campus, get familiar with Georgia Highlands in general. And part of the allure, as you could say, was also working with camp counselors that are, a part of my initiative, so that they see representation, they see that college is obtainable, and if they have any questions, comments, they feel free to reach out to them.
So I guess the goal of Foundation Camp is to get the young men, even as young as 10 years old, to begin to think that college is not something for other people. It's not something for people that are different from them only. It can be definitely for them. I mean, college is for them, and they need to maybe start thinking about it in those terms. Making plans, maybe starting a few college dreams even already.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to say several of our counselors were also campers who came and graduated through Georgia Highlands. So the camp works. I'm very proud of a lot of the programming we have, a lot of the activities, whether it's coordinating with science instructors to set up obstacle courses for them to drive drones through. We host a session called Gentlemen's Club where, my personal mission is to make sure every kid that comes to camp learns how to tie a tie. I think that's important. We also talk about the importance of eye contact, a firm handshake. I think we teach a lot of different life skills that I think are important. Not to mention, last year we did a home ec class, which I thought was important. You guys got an opportunity to cook. We have anger management classes that I think are great. So it's a lot of different volunteers in the community who truly help make the camp what it is.
Well, I want to talk at greater length about some of those activities at the camp. But one thing you mentioned that I want to ask you about is the fact that you have, as counselors at the camp, college students, current students, and I think maybe some alumni.
Correct.
Yeah, but mainly college students who are in your game initiative.
Yes.
And they are the ones who work with the campers.
Yes.
I guess at every step.
Yes.
Why is that important? Why is it important to have the college men serving as counselors at the camp?
Simple enough, representation. I want to make sure that the campers that attend see themselves in the counselors, so they ultimately can say, he looks like this, he dresses like this, he talks like this, I can go to college as well. So I think that piece cannot be understated. And several of the counselors and the campers, that relationship is special. I'm proud to be the director of camp, but I don't get a chance to spend as much time with the campers as I would like, doing a lot of other things. So I would say the campers spend the most time with their camp counselors. Those are the ones that they go to. So yeah.
All right, so it's a role model kind of scenario where the college men role model possibilities.
Absolutely.
So that's an important aspect, I think, that makes this camp different.
Correct. And it's gotten to a place with such a reputation that several of the members of the game initiative actually try to prove throughout the year that they're worthy of being a camp counselor. Yeah. So it works both ways, So yeah, I'm extremely proud of that.
All right, we are going to take a break in a minute here, but I want to go ahead and say we'll repeat this. If you're interested in getting an application for the camp, or if you have questions about the camp, I know you can reach out through email, and the email address is foundationcamp@highlands.edu. That's no break, foundationcamp@highlands.edu. And the dates for the camp this year are July 10th through the 21st. So I want to make sure we get that out.
Correct.
All right, we'll talk a lot more with Evan Snelling, the director of Foundation Camp, right after this message. Should be a great conversation. I don't want you to go away. We'll be right back after this.
You belong at Georgia Highlands College. As a University System of Georgia college, GHC offers high quality and career focused instruction at a fraction of the cost, with over 40 programs to choose from, including 8 career targeted bachelor's degrees. With small class sizes and personalized attention, our programs are designed to help you achieve your goals and make a positive impact in your community. So, what are you waiting for? You belong at Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and I'm having a conversation with Evan Snelling, who is the coordinator of the GAME initiative at Georgia Highlands, but the focus of this show is a particular job that he has as director of Foundation Camp. And again, the email address that you need to get an application or to get more information about Foundation Camp is foundationcamp@highlands.edu. One very critical piece of information about Foundation Camp, you know, all of the things you mentioned, and we'll talk more about all the details, but this has got to be a crazy expensive camp. I mean,
Actually, the camp is free.
what?
Yes, I probably should have led with that, but the camp is a free 2-week camp for young men ages 10 through 14.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yes. We try to do a lot of things throughout the year to ensure that every individual has an opportunity to attend Foundation Camp.
So Foundation Camp is funded by donations?
Donations, a lot of me reaching out to individuals throughout the year.
Yeah.
So
there are actually a lot of folks who believe in the mission of this camp and support it.
Absolutely.
And I believe you have a couple of small grants as well that are useful.
True. Absolutely.
And
we have a lot of volunteers, a lot of individuals, whether it's college professionals or people in the community that come out and want to pour back or give back to these young men. So I'm really ecstatic about that.
Well, that's excellent because you don't want an important camp like this. You don't want individuals that choose not to go because they can't afford it.
Absolutely.
And I know, well, let me ask you this. The camp has existed for a while now. How long exactly?
17 years.
17 years. So this would be the 17th annual Foundation Camp.
It will be.
And from the start, through this partnership with the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia. I know that the camp has grown over the years.
Yes.
Started smaller, but it's fairly large, except for a couple of COVID year camps, and I think 1 year there was no camp.
Correct.
Because of COVID, but typically, and probably this year, how many young men do you accept?
I love it when I have to cap it off at a certain number, but I am prepared for over 100 students this year. So if I get 300 or 400 applications, then we may have to reconvene.
We have to think that over.
But yes, so as we mentioned, we definitely want to make the camp affordable so that everybody can submit an application. I don't have a hard number at the moment. I'm still accepting applications and reviewing them. But I'm looking to host at least 100 students this year. And most years it's right around the 100 mark. So
well, that's a good number. That's a good healthy number. You mentioned um, a few of the activities that you have planned in a typical camp. And I know we are recording this a couple of months before camp happens. So I'm sure it's not all set in stone yet. You're still working on it. But it sounded to me like a lot of the particulars included academic sessions, some kind of essential skills sessions, and athletics, which sounds like a great combination. But I know that you work to create different experiences. So even the athletics, while you may include some of the expected sports, there are always a few things that maybe the typical 10 to 14-year-old has not experienced.
Correct.
Can you give us some examples of things you've done in the past?
In the past, we've done everything from ultimate frisbee to wiffle ball to one of the things that I'm most proud of is a partnership that we have with the tennis department, where we have instructors that come in and teach the kids about tennis, the fundamentals. They get an opportunity to play. Typically, at the camp, we have an awards day. They gift a camper with a brand new tennis racket. So those are some of the unique things we do. There's others, but that's pretty much it for athletics.
And I don't know if this qualifies for an athletic event, but there's a lake right behind the college.
Yes, there is. So one of the most discussed, most look forward to activities on the schedule is every year we partner and we bring kayaks and canoes out to the college. So the gentlemen have an opportunity to, paddle around the lake. They have life vests. All of our campers are out there watching if they're not in a boat. So they have an opportunity to go around the lake. So one of the things I'm most proud of is creating experiences that they may not typically do.
And I know CRBI helps with that.
Absolutely.
And also the ecosystem.
Yep.
So that, I think, is a pretty exciting day.
Yes.
So the athletics are both expected and unexpected.
Yes.
And I think that's probably true with the academics also. One thing that I appreciate about Foundation Camp is that the campers get to experience, something that college students do. I mean, it's maybe not on that level of difficulty, but there's science labs and some unique, I hesitate to say classes, but they are class experiences that are taught by some of the best college instructors that we have.
Absolutely. And that's everything from science to, we've had nutrition classes in the past. We've worked with the dental hygiene department at Georgia Highlands and taught classes about oral health and, the importance of brushing your teeth, and every camper leaves with a toothbrush. So yeah, it's like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces that definitely contribute to the camp.
And maybe campers that weren't all that excited about school, they might find something in a science lab or a film course or even the math class. And you have math.
Right.
is fun and different. The approaches are different than maybe they're used to.
Absolutely. So generally, when I mention to someone about Foundation Camp, I let them know the target audience, and I've been really impressed with the activities. I try to stop by several activities that they bring to the campers. A lot of the times, when it involves math or something else, there'll be candy or something else where the kids don't really know that they're doing math. So that's always great. So yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Well, in the few minutes we have left, we probably ought to talk about some of the particulars. You've mentioned already remarkably that the camp is free.
Absolutely.
To the participants, and that it is for boys, young men, ages 10 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
There are no restrictions other than that. Young men 10 to 14. And
we provide transportation.
Transportation is provided inside the Rome city limits.
Yes. We provide breakfast and lunch for all of the campers.
Breakfast and lunch. That's great. Yeah. And
camp is Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And it's all right. So the bus route starts, I think, around 7.
7, yes.
So camp breakfast begins at 8. And I know for those individuals who, for whatever reason, they live outside the Rome city limits, or they have a family member that's going to bring them instead of putting them on a bus, they bring them out to the campus directly.
Yes, they would bring them out to the Georgia Highlands Floyd campus.
So the campers don't have to live inside Rome.
No, you do not. However, if you do, transportation will be provided. But no, we welcome applicants from the surrounding areas as well.
Yeah. Well, I know the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, have worked very hard over the years to help put this together and promote it, and they are active participants during the camp, and so it's a real community endeavor.
Absolutely.
And I know there's some folks out there that are going to ask, when does the girls' camp start? Well,
yeah.
I hope there's a great girls' camp.
I hope there is a great girls' camp as well. Unfortunately, right now, our focus is young men, 10 to 14.
It's part of the
it's part of a
goal of the 100 Black Men of Rome, and also to lead toward school success. Correct. That you work on the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And one more piece I'd like to say, throughout the year, we get applications. I am proud to say that we do a lot of mentorship. We keep up with the campers who come to camp and check on them periodically throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So, you come to camp one time and now you've made a new friend in Georgia Highlands College.
Well, that's great. I want to thank you, Evan Snelling, for being with us. And for more information or an application about camp, email foundationcamp@highlands.edu. Appreciate all of you for watching the show, and we'll see you next time on Community Watch.